Today I'm talking about argument theory, toe in or toe out. I always watch car racing like motorsport or NASCAR, MotoGP, Formula 1, Indy 500, 24 hours of 1 month. So I have great interest in vehicle dynamics, vehicle engineering. These are my research goals. Solve the problem of understeering and oversteering. Solve the problem of slip angle. And then improve the stability of car. And make a new steering structure. About turns, there are two things that you need to know. First, understeering. Second, oversteering. Understeering and oversteering are vehicle dynamics terms used to describe the sensitivity of car to steer. Understeering is what occurs when the car steers less than the amount commanded by the driver. Conversely, oversteering is what occurs when the car turns by more than the amount commanded by the driver. The argument angle is the difference in the wheel angle between the inside and outside tire. The inside and the outside tire. In order for the car to turn smoothly, the inside tire must travel on a smaller radius than outside tire, allowing the car to turn. This is achieved by the inside tire turn more than outside tire, and this concept is known as argument geometry. The toe angle. The toe angle is the direction the tires are pointed in relation to the vehicle center line. View from above. And toe in. The front of the wheel point toward the center line of the vehicle. And then we got toe out. The front of the wheel point away from the center line of the vehicle. This toe in or toe out, the toe angle, can also affect handling. More toe in will reduce oversteer and improve the stability at speed. And more toe out will reduce understeer. Despite its benefit, it also has some drawbacks. Excessive toe settings can also cause more tire wear and let the steering to feel shaky and unstable. Next, slip angle. The slip angle means the angle between the direction which a wheel is pointing and the direction which is actually traveling. Next, let's watch this video. You can see that the cars are flying. This is caused by the centrifugal force. In this case, the outer tire must turn more than the inside tire. In this situation, we need toe in to against the centrifugal force and allow the car to turn. Next, dual N6 steering on Mercedes AMG Formula 1 W11. Let's watch this video. The dual N6 system on Mercedes AMG Formula 1 W11 allows the car to unlock its steering wheel and pull back on it to remove, to toe out, or to remove toe in, or increase toe out. This system is a technology system, and it can change the suspension geometry of Mercedes of the car instantly. Here are my research methods. I designed this topic and literature review and observe the real structure of the car, and then draw a design, and finally I make a model. These are all the materials that I use to make this model. I have a car model and telescopic roll and 2 RC suspensions and some 3D printed parts. And then, which is the most important, the RC receiver. I cut the suspension into the shape that I need and assemble it to the car. You can see the RC suspension here. And then I use the welding gun to connect the telescopic rod to the receiver so that the telescopic rod can be controlled, and then I test it. Finally, I assemble all the parts together to the car and finish this product. Look from the side and look from the front. With the remote control system, I can change the toe angle of the car to toe out or toe in. Thanks, everyone.
Okay, now it's time for questions. Anyone? Okay, any questions for James? All right, Rain.
你的研究花多少钱
In English, please.
How much did you spend on the design?
About $9,000.
Wow, $9,080. Okay, that's a lot. All right. Any questions? Okay.
Where did you get the materials? How can you get?
Use the 3D printed machine or internet. Okay, Shopee.
Okay, so you got the materials from Shopee or printed out through the 3D printers. Okay, good. Anything else? Anything else? Okay, then I personally have a question for James. Actually, I don't know much about the details, but I just want to ask, do you think that your research, your way to try to modify the angle, is it successful? Do you successfully change what you are now satisfied with?
Yes, it's successful, and I think this product maybe someday 10 years ago, 2 years ago, 10 years later, 2 years later will through the car.
Okay, so you think, and can you please go back to the slide of your product, because I really need to know which part of the model make a difference to the current Ackerman's angle. Which part?
Yes.
So what do you call that? What's that? I mean the term.
I haven't named it yet.
You haven't named it yet? And you use the bar-like stuff to change the toe in and toe out?
The telescopic road.
Maybe you can say that in Chinese because it's too difficult for me.
就是那个伸缩感。
伸缩感。
对。
然后你利用伸缩感可以改变它的toe in toe out。
对，就是它可以伸长缩短，然后它的轮胎就会跟着往外往内。
那目前市面上都没有这个设计吗？
我刚刚就是就在那种 赛车上面，我刚有别在看那个影片，但是也是借由，可能是借由力量感，因为厂商也没说它是借由什么，但是它的目的跟我的目的是一样的，就是用一个可以让这个轮胎往内跟往外的一个机构。
So probably the car producers, they have already have the same idea.
Maybe.
Maybe? Okay. I get it. Okay, any other questions? No more? Okay, thank you, James. Okay, next one, Fifi. And the next one after Fifi will be Louis, Jason, and Frank. Please send someone to Teacher Huang to make sure that your PowerPoint is ready. 也就是报告者，就是像刚才 James 讲完，对不对？他在讲的时候，第二个人、下一个人就要 get ready， 懂了吗？那现在是 Fifi 了，所以下一组准备 ，OK？The next group, please get ready for the presentation. Okay, now attention, please.
Okay, so hello everyone. Today I'm going to talk about the different treatments of chocolate seeds. It's a comparison between traditional Chinese medicine and Western medicine. Okay, so first I want to tell you guys why I want to do this project. It's because 7 years ago, my mom, she had chocolate cysts, and she removed it by surgery, but now it recurred. And according to some research, it says that if your family members have chocolate cysts, then you maybe have too. So I need to face this problem not just because for me and for my mom. So I go to the internet and search some information, and I found that there's a 10% of all women have chocolate cysts, and in this 10%, there are 20% have severe symptoms. So as you can see, it's a common disease, and it also has many kinds of treatment. But I want to know which one is the best choice. So I do research. Okay, this is my process. First, I would understand the chocolate cyst symptoms and causes, and then discuss the treatment of traditional Chinese medicine, Western medicine, and integration of traditional and Western medicine. And then compare the advantage and disadvantage of different treatments. Okay, this is my main thought. First, I do the literature analysis and organizing the data that I found, and then compare the difference. Okay, let's talk about the chocolate cyst. So chocolate cyst is common endometriosis. It occurs in the ovary. Like this, originally the cells will grow in the two sides of uterus, but endometriosis is the cells grow into the ovary, and every menstruation, the blood inside the cells will be more and more, and the cysts will like bloom, bigger and bigger like this. So this is called endometriosis. Okay, so why it's called chocolate cyst is that the content in cyst is look like chocolate. And the chocolate cyst may cause the infertility. It means a woman can get birth. Okay, let's talk about the treatment. First one is traditional Chinese medicine. Traditional Chinese medicine is mainly to use herbal medicine, and it is to improve blood circulation and transfer status. This four is the main formula. And traditional Chinese medicine will also use acupuncture to relieve the symptoms. So this is the acupuncture that the doctor will acupuncture in. So second one is Western medicine. Western medicine will use medicine first, and if the woman her cyst is larger than 5 centimeters, or it's not effective to use medicine to treat, then the doctor will choose to use surgery. And medicine has 3 kinds of main functions. First one is the level of symptoms. Second one is to inhibit cyst growth, and the next one is convert to function. And surgery has laparoscopy. It's like to get the camera and the knife looks like needle and inside your arteries to resect the cyst. And it makes that your cut looks very small, so patient can recover faster. And the next one is integration of traditional and Western medicine. It's mainly use Western medicine to restore the cyst, and then use traditional Chinese medicine to regulate your body. It's for the patient whose cyst is larger than 5 centimeters, and then she's not yet to be pregnant, but is planning to get a birth. Okay, so this is a comparison. The first one is treatment time. You can see that traditional Chinese medicine use more time than others to treat. And the second one, side effects. Western medicine has more side effects than others. The third one is recurrence rate. When the patient use Western medicine to treat, you might have high opportunity to recur. And next one is fertility rate. If the patient use integration traditional Western medicine or traditional Chinese medicine, then the woman may have a high opportunity to get birth after the surgery. So my conclusion is that integration of traditional and Western medicine is the best choice because it combines traditional Chinese medicine and Western medicine advantage. So use Western medicine to restore the cyst and use traditional Chinese medicine to regulate your body. Okay, so next one is suggestion. Although the research says that integration of traditional and Western medicine is the best choice, but every patient needs to discuss with doctor because it's not suitable to everyone. And if in the future I have opportunity, I want to ask doctors who have professional knowledge of both and ask for some information or like really use in the hospital. Thank you, everyone.
So, may I try to ask you a question to clarify your points? So you mentioned about WM refers to Western medicine, and the TCM refers to traditional Chinese medicine, and ITWM refers to integration of traditional and Western medicine. And according to your research, the research result is that the integration of traditional and the Western medicine is the best choice. Okay, all right. Any questions for Vivi? Any questions or anything you are curious about the treatment? Any questions? Are you sure you don't have any questions? How about girls? Probably you have some doubts. You have something you wanna know more. So far, I think you have done a good job. So I'm going to compliment her on her pronunciation. She has clear pronunciation, and her speed of talking is okay. Not a little bit fast, but not too fast. Okay, and your gestures, your postures are very good. Okay, you are not too nervous and move around, or you don't, and you know your content well. Okay, and for James actually, I forget to comment on his performance. He did a good job too, but this time I think he is a little bit too nervous, so he talked too fast, a little bit too fast. Okay, all right. So now the rest of the presenters, you need to pay attention to the details. Okay, thank you, Vivi. And the next group will be Louis, Jason, and Frank. And the next group, Dylan, group 4, Dylan, Jimmy, Benson. Please get ready. Okay, if you think that you're ready, you may start now.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. We're going to talk about nuclear power generation. Okay, first is the introduction. And you can see a chart. I will use the thermal power most and the nuclear power second. Okay, it's our purpose. Okay, the first one is to discuss the advantages and disadvantages. And the second one is to compare green energy and the nuclear energy. And the third one is the European.
等一下，可以重来吗？拜托，因为我是状态有点。
Okay, I'll give you a second chance.
Okay, good morning, everyone. We're going to talk about nuclear power generation. And it's the motivation. Okay, how to use the thermal power mode and the nuclear power second. And it's our purpose. The first one, we're going to discuss the advantages and the disadvantages. And the second one is to compare nuclear energy and with the green energy. What's the difference between them and which one is better, nuclear or green? Green energy. Okay, the third one, we're going to talk about why Western countries like the nuclear power and most of the Asian countries don't like the nuclear power. Okay, literature review. Okay, the first one. Many countries set up laws or protection to discharge harmful waste away from the human life. And the second one, without nuclear power, the EU won't be able to reach the goal of reducing carbon production. And the longer a nuclear power plant operates, the less carbon emits. And it's our research methods. We set up the theme and the reference and analyze data and thoroughly research and results and discussion. Okay.
And analyze and results. And there are two advantages and disadvantages. First is it can produce the power all day long. And the second is
easier to store the energy to the power generation of nuclear. And then second is stability. It won't affect by the weather changing in Taiwan. And two disadvantages. First is it will make a lot of poisonous waste. And the second is security. We have to ensure the heater won't overheat all the time. We have to check it every time. And I will compare green energy, nuclear energy. First, fossil fuels. It has high pollution, but it also has high stability, and the cost is medium. And the second is nuclear. Nuclear has low pollution, but high stability, and the cost is quite low. And the renewable green energy is low pollution, but low stability, and the cost is quite high. And the other countries' option, they think America thinks nuclear plants must most useful in the world. And the electronic company in France rules all the power plants.
And then we talk about the conclusions and the suggestion. First, the advantages are convenience and stabilities. Not only the nuclear energies have the low price, but also it have the stable electricity. And the disadvantage. The disadvantage will have the disadvantage are it will have the risk for have some problems, like the uranium will come out and they will have the consequence of radiation problems. Second, the nuclear power generation is powerful if we have the strictly regulated. And third, the Europeans and American countries support it, and some of them oppose it. Just like the America and the Sweden, they support it, and like the Switzerland, they against it, and they get the power from the France. Next, we talk about the suggestion. First, we can send the nuclear waste to the foreign countries. And because Taiwan is too small and we don't have enough place to put the waste, so as the other countries, they have the enough place to put the nuclear waste. So we can send to the other countries. Second, we implement the safety assessment and nuclear power plants. And to do it, we can avoid some safety problems. And third, we can change the laws on nuclear power. Just like the social theories. In social theories, if we don't pay the risk and we can't get more profits. Otherwise, we just can have the lowest profits. And just like we put money into the bank. And similarly, we need to pay some risk, and we can get much more of the energy from nuclear power generation. Those are our references. Thank you for listening.
So, allow me to ask a few questions because I need to clarify something. So, in the end, are you guys for or against the use of nuclear power?
We are for to the nuclear power generation.
So, you support the ideas of having nuclear plants?
Yes.
And you think that you just need to send the waste of the nuclear away to other countries?
Yes, and then to impose some assessment.
I know. And don't you think that is kind of bully the poor countries?
Because they have much more of the island. Their island is very big and they have the place to put it.
But the islands are still belong to the earth. It's still parts of the earth.
No. We're going to, friends want to buy it. They're willing to buy it.
Why?
We don't know why. We search it online.
So the country, the France, they are willing to buy the waste of the nuclear energy?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so students, do you have any questions for them? Okay, Benson, Ryan later.
Why do we send nuclear waste to foreign countries? It may cause other countries pollution.
Because they want to buy it.
Want to buy it?
Yeah.
Just because they want to buy it? Okay, how about Ryan?
What's the exact method to implement safety assessment?
Yeah, how you
How
talk
to-
about
how to-
procedures.
Yeah.
Would you please explain again?
The exact method to implement the safety assessment. Oh,
No, yeah. I want Ryan to say it again in another way or use other words, but it's okay. Thank you, Ray.
Spend more money.
Spend more money, but that is not specific. How to make it safe?
Spend more money to like hire more expert. Hire expert, more